Hey, I'm back. Video 8. We got the beach behind us. I thought that was beautiful to put on. And I love nothing more than a sunset on the beach. So, for your viewing pleasure, here's the beach. So, I thought we'd talk about thoughts and self worth and self concept and all that good stuff and how it's affecting your manifestations. Self-concept, I've learned, is probably the core of manifesting anything. And self-concept is basically how you see yourself and how you can actually have a self-concept with money, a self-concept with, your partner, with friends, other people. It's how you see yourself in relation to that person or that thing. And once you get that on point, you'll see your world change like almost immediately. So I love talking about self-concept and self-worth. It's one of my favorite things. And because growing up, my self-worth probably wasn't the best that it could be for many, many reasons, and probably due to trauma and just all that stuff from the past. And I had friends that didn't have a very good self-worth, and we weren't really taught that. And I hope to somehow bring this into schools someday, that self-worth and self-concept need to be number one. If you see yourself as someone who can't manifest good things, then you won't manifest good things. If you see yourself as unlovable, then it's going to be hard to find a partner that is actually available to you. Same with money. If you feel like you can't make money and you're always going to be broke or you're always going to be in debt, that will be what will happen. And so the cool thing is that if we know that, we can basically uncreate it. We created that in our mind, those beliefs. So now we can create different beliefs to bring new things to us. So I love learning about manifestation. I think it's one of the coolest things ever. I love talking about it. And some people don't believe that we're manifesting 24/7, but from my research and everything I've practiced, I believe we are every second of the day. It's so hard to believe because it's so over the head. But if you study quantum physics a little more, you'll see that we're living in a simulation, is what they say, and we're all kind of like a holographic projection. And when I heard that, I was like, whoa, that was so cool, but it was like so over my head. I just couldn't, it's like you can't process it because it's so just weird and cool. And I don't know, nobody talks about that. We weren't taught that. So it's just, to me, it's cool and I have fun learning about it. And so I like to bring kind of a therapeutic underpinning, I guess, to manifestation since I'm a therapist, and I'm getting back into practice again, actually, this week. So I was on a 6-month break, and then I decided to get back into it over the weekend. I made the decision finally to jump back in. So I'm starting again this week, and I'm really excited for it. And I like to bring therapy into manifestation, or manifestation and therapy, I guess I should say, because I think it's super cool. And the more we learn about ourselves, the more we can manifest intentionally instead of just letting things happen to us. And one thing I love to say is life is not happening to you, it's happening through you. So whatever you're thinking and believing dominantly is actually what's being projected out, like the hologram that I just said. We're all kind of like in this holographic world, you're projecting out from your consciousness. And so learning about that, I think as a kind of a baseline is really cool, because when you start to believe that we're living in a simulation, which is really hard to process for some people, but I just really love to talk about it, so I'm going to keep talking about it. But if we're living in a simulation, then that means that inherently, like, nothing is really real. So that means that we can have anything we want if nothing is really real. And I started thinking like that. I was like, well, if nothing's real, does that mean that I really can create anything that I want? And then I started doing it. I mean, it was crazy how fast things came once I started changing my internal self. Because when you change your internal self, your external world will shift. You'll notice changes in people. You'll notice more opportunities come to you, more money. Things will just work out in weird ways. Timing will work out perfectly. It's just so weird how it all works and how it all unfolds. But so it kind of starts with like, where's your awareness during your day? I have the most fun working on my internal world, like checking in on my thoughts and my beliefs about myself. I encourage you to go back to self always. There's no one to change but self. And when we change ourself inside, then the external world will change. So I started saying things to myself like, I am powerful, I am valuable, I am source, I am the source. Just things that made me feel really good. I am important, I matter. My income is constantly increasing, my wealth is increasing daily, things like that. And even if you don't believe it, yourself hears it. That's what's cool about it. Like, if you're talking crap to yourself is hearing it. But if you're talking nicely to yourself, well, yourself is hearing it. And your brain doesn't know what's true and false. So like whatever you feed it, it's going to believe. And then if everyone is you pushed out, which Neville Goddard talks about, then everything you think is going to be pushed out into your reality. So you have to be very conscious of what you're thinking and where you're placing your thoughts on a daily basis, because they will push out, as he calls it. So what he means by being pushed out is like, you'll notice changes in your world that mimic kind of what thoughts you were thinking and your beliefs about people. They'll just show you behavior that you thought they would behave in those certain ways. It's so strange. And I encourage people to practice this. I used to tell my clients that if they had an issue with a person, especially, I would say they're not your person. They are a blob of energy teaching you something. That's what I said. And now I have fun saying they're just a hologram. They're just a projection of you. They're like a mirror. So when you look in the mirror, what do you see? And just play with it and think about look at your partner, your child, whoever, just practice with somebody. And don't tell them you're doing this, but just think differently about them. Like if they're normally they don't clean up after themselves or something. Do an imaginal scene in your mind that they started cleaning up just out of nowhere. They just started cleaning up. And you said, oh, thanks for cleaning up. And they said, oh, sure. Just however you wanted the conversation to go, just like loop it in your mind for like a couple minutes and just kind of like look at them like, yeah, they clean up after themselves now, they're good. And then just see what happens. Like really just practice with fun things like that, just meaningless things, and see if they change. I've done this before. I've done it when I've just thought, oh, I wish this person would do this. And then like days later, they'll do it, or hours later. It's so weird. But I have the most fun doing inner conversations where you just go inside your mind, close your eyes, and have a conversation with the person, or like say you want money to come in. You have a conversation with a friend in your mind and you say, oh my gosh, I won this money, or, oh, I got this money in my account. And they're like, oh, congratulations. And you say, thank you. And then you just go back and forth for a few seconds. And to me, even if people don't believe that this works, first of all, try it. I want everybody to try it and not just listen to me, because you don't know me. So just try it for yourself. You want to trust yourself, not necessarily other people. Just try it yourself. And if anything, it makes you feel better. It changes your internal state, which is what we're wanting anyway. And that signals to your brain that you're kind of a different person. You've shifted mental states. So it will start pushing out whatever your state is into your reality, and you'll be able to see the results of it, at some point. It's so fun. It's like they call it bending reality. You just kind of like change yourself and then watch what shifts in your world, and then take note of it, make a log of things that have happened and just look back at it, kind of like a manifestation log. And it's really cool. It's just fun. So even if you don't believe that it works, Just try it and play with it. Just have fun with it. And the goal is to change your internal state. That's really what it's for. And then that's what changes everything. So your state creates everything. Remember that. My state creates everything, and I can change my state at any point in time. And then you'll just start to feel better after that. So I will quit rambling, and I will be back tomorrow. And you guys take care of yourselves and make sure you're not thinking any, stinky thoughts that need to go in the trash. Think some good thoughts about yourself. You are worthy. You are amazing. You are everything. Just tell yourself that. I am worthy. I am amazing. I am everything. I'm worthy of anything and everything I want. Just tell yourself that every day. Start practicing that. And I'm going to just beat this into our heads every single day. So you guys take care, and I will talk to you later. Bye.